Hello. That was less than exciting. Well, it was exciting, but not in a good way. That was crazy. I'm not ready for it. I grew up in the snow. I grew up in Nebraska. My birthday is December 31st. Like, I've driven in snow my entire life, but I'm just not ready for it today. And I'm so glad that I did not have Chloe go to school by herself, driving herself. So, it is only 12 o'clock right now, and that is what it looks like. So I am just hoping and praying that maybe the school will like call a half day or say, come get your children or, whatever, because I cannot imagine all of those kids driving themselves home today. But anyway, I digress. We will leave here and go and get Chloe around 3 o'clock. All right, there are definitely some things that I need to get done here today. We got home from Lincoln yesterday and I got some laundry done, some things done, but it is still kind of in a ruckus. Let me just show you a little bit here behind me. And we need to get all of that cleaned up and just kind of put away. There's a couple things I want to do today, so we'll tackle those. But today is just kind of getting back into a little bit of a holiday weekend and just kind of getting feet on the ground to ramp up for Christmas. So I hope that you guys will follow along with me today and just hang out. I would love to know what you are doing today. And so just leave that in the comments below. Also, I would love to know what you guys want to see this Vlogmas. Like, I can show you every day, all day, whatever, but that might not be exciting to you. I don't know. So I'm just curious. Like, this isn't my first year of Vlogmas, but I always want to keep it fresh and exciting and, I don't know, inspirational, educational, all the things. And so I want to put content on here that you want to see. So leave in the comments the different things that you want me to show during Vlogmas and during my days. So, all right, let's tackle some of these spaces, get them cleaned up. That way we can kind of have a fresh slate for the day and then hopefully get a couple things marked off of our list. The first thing that you want to do when making your thank you box is to secure your box. This is just an Amazon box that some of our orders came in, and I am going to repurpose that. I went ahead and secured the base of it just to make it a little bit more sturdy. So I put some clear tape over the bottom. That way, when I'm transporting it every day, I don't run the risk of the bottom coming out or getting droopy. The next thing that I did was I took my X-Acto knife. I cut the side flaps and the front flap off, but I left a back flap. And I will show you in just a minute how we are going to fasten the front flap on top of the back flap just to give us kind of a headboard. And then I have a printable that I'm going to share that you guys can print off. I'll show you how I secure that onto the back as well. We are then going to add our goodies into our box. I'll show you what I put into mine, and we will be ready to put it out on the porch. In the past, I have used kebab skewers to fasten my back. You can see my old one over there on the right side. And I wanted to try something different this year to make the back a little bit more sturdy. So I got these wooden dowels at Walmart, and I want to fasten them to the back to make my headboard. That way, this part right here doesn't start to turn kind of right here where the box is. You can see how this one kind of went up and over a little bit over time. I set this out every day. It's out there all day from morning till night. And so I just want to make sure that this part is as secure as possible. So what I'm going to do is, say this is the back of my board. I am going to affix these two dowels just like this. I'm going to put masking tape over the top of them to secure them. And then we're going to secure that to this flap right here. So let me quick do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is what the back will look like when you're finished. It does not have to be beautiful. Nobody is going to see this. I just went ahead and affixed my dowels, one on each side and then one down the middle. What the one does down the middle is it allows this part right here, the original top flap, to not bend. That way, once this is all on here, it's not going to just come this way because it's top heavy. It secures everything into place. And what that has created is a backboard for our sign that we are going to put on the front of our box. I'm going to grab my sign. I'm going to grab my sheet protector, affix that onto the back, and then I will show you what that looks like. This is what the back will look like when you are finished. Now, in years past, I have left the backboard totally blank. It's been just the regular cardboard, no additional paper, no design, nothing. But this year, I thought I would kind of spice it up a little bit, add a little bit more color. And so I just took two pieces of craft paper and affixed them to the back with package tape. I did not do double-sided tape. You could do that if you wanted to. I just did the old-fashioned tape roll, just like you see here, and attached it on both ends, middle, and center. That way I know that it is fully affixed to the back. And then we'll see if you can see this here. Might be too much of a glare from the window behind me. This is a page protector that, again, I just attached with pieces of rolled tape. So I've got one on each corner and then one in the middle. And you want to make sure that your opening is at the top, because otherwise your page could fall out, or who knows. It's just a lot more secure if it's coming in from the top. So I wanted to show you this before I go ahead and add our sign inside. That way you could kind of see the back end of how everything stays together and how it's attached structurally. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the pretty part. And then once you print your sign off, this is what it looks like. And it just says, "To all of our amazing delivery and Instacart drivers, thank you for working hard days so that our holidays can be easier. Please share with your family our sincere gratitude for sharing you during such a busy time of the year. Happy holidays." So now that we have that affixed to the back, I am going to go ahead and add in all of these different snacks. So we've got some Cheez-Its, we've got different popcorn, granola bars, nuts, and then I also add water to that as well, just bottled water. I think this year, since my box is a little bit bigger than it was last year, I am just going to keep the granola bars and the peanuts in their original box, and then I'll just buy another box as they get low. And then we'll add the popcorn and the Cheez-Its in. And then I think that we'll use our containers that I had in there last year for the granola bars and crackers for the water bottles this year. I think that that will just keep things a little bit more tidy. So let me go ahead, I'll fill these, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's all ready to be put out. Everything is inside, and this is what it looks like. We've got the granola bars and the peanuts still in their original packaging. And then I just took out some of the Cheez-Its, a few varieties of the popcorn, and then I've got one row of water in the back. I'm going to just swap those out as needed so that it's not so heavy to transport every day. But I like having it in that plastic container. I just got that at Walmart years ago, but I'm sure you could find something like it. It's just a tall plastic organizer bin. And I like having that in there. That way, if there's any condensation or a leakage, it doesn't completely ruin your box or the contents in it. So this is what it looks like. And I think it turned out super cute. I love the background on it. Again, you don't have to do that. That's not what the purpose of this is. The purpose of it is just blessing those who are helping you during these holidays. It is the thought that counts over the way that it looks. So just remind yourself of that. But if you have a little extra time and some extra craft paper, then go at it. Here it is. There's our sign. And I have had this out for probably 2 weeks now. And that is how far down we are on the nuts. I haven't replaced those. I've obviously replaced the popcorn, the water, and the Cheez-Its. But these two over here, I still have a little ways to go. I'll have to place another order for some more. But I would say that they are getting picked through really well. So that is good. What do you think? What do you think? Daisy's like, I am just not a fan of the snow. Not a fan of the snow, right? Yeah. All right. I need to put together the elves really quick, get my picture taken, put it up on Instagram, and then I'll meet back with you guys. All right. Here are the elves for today. And they are pushing Chloe's cow into the dryer. That is what it looks like. If you are not following along on Instagram, I post these every single day from the day after Thanksgiving until Christmas Eve. So if you are looking for some Christmas cheer during the month of December, pop over there and follow along on Instagram and you can see these every day. But this is what Gibby and Libby are up to today. Today wasn't quite the Monday that I had planned. The snow changed many things in my schedule in ways that I wasn't quite expecting. But even with all the interruptions, the laundry still got done, and I was able to cross a few meaningful things off of my to-do list. It wasn't perfect, but it was productive in its own quiet way. And sometimes that has to be enough. Tomorrow we'll get back on track and we can dive into the more fun, creative things that I need to accomplish this week, so I hope that you will join me. Friends, thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that you found a little comfort and a little company here today. And until tomorrow, remember that this season is about peace, not perfection, and choosing intention in the everyday. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.